ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. There is a word which is used in this pad. We are talking about slandering of saints, meaning slandering of Sachi Sangat. It's a plural. It's not about a one person. It's a collective slandering of all the Sangat. Sometimes we say, oh, that this Sangat is bad, this Sangat is. Never ever say that. Why? Because if some Sangat, Gurbani is being recited, Gurbani Vichar is happening, Simran is happening, how can they be bad? So never ever slander that. There is a word in this pad which is used. It is called Attai. There's a huge meaning for Attai. There are recorded in older history 6 cardinal sins, 6 bad things which a person can do, which a mind can do. For example, number 1 is if somebody is without any weapon and somebody kills him, that's one of the sin. That person was without any weapon and you just killed him. You didn't even let. That's why the true warriors, they will always have an equal fight with each other. If they have a shastar, they will give the other person also a shastar, a weapon. They will not say, okay, I have a shastar, but you don't have to have a shastar, and they kill them. They will never do that. That's one of the sin. Then the other sin is when we take, or when we are corruption minded, when we take other person's money, when we steal other person's money, you can think about a thief also. Number 3 is when we capture other person's jameen, property, when we take control of other person's property. Number 4 is when we have a relationship with par istri, meaning or par istri par mard, as in somebody else's spouse. When we have a sexual relationship with some other person's spouse. Number 5 is when we try to kill somebody with a poison. Number 6 is how many we have mentioned already?
Number 6.
6 here. Yeah, I think there are five cardinal sins then, not 6. They are the 5 sins which are mentioned in the old Granths. In Gurbani also they come, but not in this order, but there are. So that's the collectively, if that person do all of these sins, they are called Atatai. Atumachati. He's such an evil doer, that person is. And if somebody do a slandering of Sachi Sangat, true saints and all, they are considered as the same. The effect of that, the karam which is written, the lekha which is written is as equal to these 5 cardinal sins. I will repeat it just for the knowledge sake. 1, when you kill somebody without a weapon, Shastarheen, no udai maar dena. Number 2, when we steal other person's money. Number 3, when we steal other person's property. Number 4, when we have a sexual relationship with other person's spouse. Number 5 is when we kill somebody by giving a poison. These are just the documented things, right? But Maharaj says this same amount of pap goes in their head when somebody do a slandering of the saints. Sant ka nindak maha attai, such an evil doer. Sant ka nindak khin tikan na pai. Now just imagine if somebody is murderer, somebody is, a corrupt person, somebody do all these things. basically all the big sagar, all the poison, right? That's why it is called big sagar, tamogun. When somebody is doing all these things, how can their mind be in peace? Their mind can never be in peace. Sant ka nindak khin tikan na pai. Slanderer of saints can never ever have peace. That's why we always mention in these lectures, Simran chanting is very important, but more important is the lifestyle. If our lifestyle is bad, then we have to self-introspect what we were doing. In the past, what we have done. याद रखो नु है ना संत का निंदक महा हत्यारा. The translations are a little bit wrong, but still the slanderer of the saints is like a murderer, like a serial killer. हत्यारा मतलब somebody's हत्या जिन्हों कर दिंदा है ना. When we kill somebody, it's a serial killer. महा हत्यारा संत का निंदक परमेश्वर मारा. And they even he will do such a bad things. किन्ना जुर्म करेगा. He's so cruel. He's considered as so cruel. The slanderer is considered so cruel. Then that Vaheguruji will also show a back on him. महाराज कहते मैं भी तेरे नाल गल नहीं करदा. तू मेरे बंदियां नू मारदा है. You kill my own creation. I will show my back on you. संत का निंदक परमेश्वर मारा. Right? And that's what we have to see. Are we doing all these things? Sant ka nindak raj tehin. They will never get a kingdomship. When Maharaj is talking about the kingdomship, it's not of this world. Meaning they will not get a place in the palace of Vaheguru, in his house. That is the kingdomship Maharaj is talking about. जितनों जिन्हों अपना दसम द्वार भी कहने हैं, दरगाह भी कहने हैं, the court of Vaheguru also, they will not even get a place there. They will be shown the doors of hell. They will always be in 84 lakh June. And that 84 lakh June, which is in the Patal Lok, they will be sent in the Patal Lok. Sant ka nindak dukhiya ardeen. They will always have a dukh. Now some people say, oh no, but they have done so much looting and all, they have so much money. How can be the deen? No, Guru Pyareo, dukh is not just a money factor. A lot of people who are rich and all, they are still in pain, right? Money will never bring a happiness. That means the person will be always in pain. Worse than the poor person can be happy. If somebody doesn't have a money, but they are connected with Vaheguru, their mind will be in peace. They will be happy. But if somebody has a lot of money, but they are always slandering Sangat of Vaheguru, as in Vaheguru, that means they will suffer a lot more punishment than any other person. Sant ka nindak dukhiya ardeen. Sant ke nindak ko sarb rog. And this is, I have seen this. That's why old people, you might have seen this, you might have heard this. Old people used to say this. कि पराया धन ना किसी दा. If you are using other person's money, other person's property, you're stealing other person's property, other person's money, or you are earning the money with the wrongdoings, you will get a disease. Not just you, not that person, even the family of the person will suffer. There's so much rog, physical rog also. Okay, these are the subtle things. These are the sukham things. You will not know when you're doing it. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਾੜੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਉਦੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ, ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਮਾੜੇ ਕਰਮਾਂ ਦਾ. संत का निंदक, संत के निंदक को सरब रोग. संत के निंदक को सदा bijog. They will be always separated from Vaheguru. They cannot come close to Vaheguru. They will stay in Patal Lok. They will stay in Patal Lok. They will never see the kingdom of Vaheguru. They will not reach to the place where they belongs to. Sant ki ninda dokh mein dokh. And that's the worst sin you can ever do if you are doing a slandering of Sachi Sangat, Sat Sangat. That's the worst thing we can do. Nanak, but such a kirpa. In the last line, Nanak Sant Pavai ta uska bhi hoye mokh. But if the same person will come in Sachi Sangat, they can get liberated. Sachi Sangat has so much power. So there is a story which I want to share with you. There was a Gurmukh Pyare. He reached to a spiritual stage which hardly many people can reach there. Almost there meeting Vaheguru, you can say. So a lot of sahaj, a lot of peace in their mind. And he stopped going to the Sangat. Sangat Janan ne band karta. And somebody came to him and he said, why don't you come to the Sangat? What is happening? You should come to the Sachi Sangat. He said, I don't need a Sachi Sangat. What can the Sachi Sangat give me? Sachi Sangat mainu ki de sakdi? Mere kol sara kuch hai. I have everything. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਰਨਾ. They don't know how to do the Simran. They don't know how to do that. I can do everything alone. You know what happened? His avastha went down to a level that all the bad practices started coming in his mind, in his life. Then somebody told him, he said that you did a Nindya Chugli slandering of Sachi Sangat, you should go back to the Sangat and do the Ardas Benti and Mafi, ask for forgiveness, and you will be forgiven. That's what that Gurmukh Pyare did, and his stage of high spiritual stage came back. This is the power of Sangat. Nanak Sant Pavai ta uska bhi hoye mokh. Then even those slanderers can get a liberation. So always tell people to come to Sachi Sangat. We always make sure we always go to the Sachi Sangat. Even if we can't, if we are not in a physical place where we can physically go, at least now we are so lucky we can have a online Sangat on internet. Nanak Sant Pavai ta uska bhi hoye mokh. Then even the slanderers can get a liberation. Sant ka dokhi sada apavit. Anybody who will do slandering of saints of Sachi Sangat, Maharaj says they will always be impure. Purity cannot come to them. Sant ka dokhi kise ka nahi mit. They're not friends of anybody. But remember one thing, Guru Pyare, I want to make sure that we understand it correctly. One big thing. Lot of fake saints, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਸੰਤ ਅਨਾੜੀ ਕਿਛੂ ਨਾ ਬੂਝੇ. ਸੰਤ ਅਨਾੜੀ ਕਿਛੂ ਨਾ ਬੂਝੇ. Some anadi sants are there, fake saints are there, because and they use these same panktiyan that if you will do mine in their chugli, this is going to happen to you. They scare you. Remember, Vaheguruji is sitting inside you. Naam is sitting inside you. When we come in Sachi Sangat, when we jap Naam, then Maharaj will speak with you from inside. Malak is sitting inside with you. You will know what is such, what is truth. Still, we don't do slandering of Anadi sons also. But we learn how to recognize the Anadi sons from inside. And if needed, we tell also to the people that these are Anadi sons. Sant Anadi Kichu na buje. So be very careful, because these are the same panktiyan Anadi sons are also going to use. We have to be very careful. Sant ka dokhi sada apavit. Sant ka dokhi kise ka nahi mit. If somebody is slandering the Sachi Sangat through congregation, they are not friends of anybody. Because if they are slandering the whole Sachi Sangat, they will slander you also one day. फिर ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਦੋਸਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ। They will slander you also, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਚੁਗਲੀ ਵੀ ਕਰੇਗਾ। संत का दुखी को डान लागे, they'll be punished when they leave this physical body. Rather I would say they are getting punished while in this body, दुख च ही रहंदे ने। That's why they are called dukhi. They try to give dukh to others, but they live in dukh themselves, in pain. संत का दुखी को डान लागे, संत का दुखी को सब त्यागे। When people know that this person is a slanderer, they don't want to be in their company. And this is very important, we have to learn. If you see somebody who is doing the slandering, don't stay there. Maharaj is talking about the Sachi Sangat. Maharaj says, anybody who is doing the slandering, Ninda Pali, kisi ki nahi, manmuk mugt karan. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਕਰਨੀ। ਡੋਂਟ ਡੂ ਸਲੈਂਡਰਿੰਗ ਆਫ ਐਨੀਬody। ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਨੂੰ ਤਿਆਗਣਾ। We have to leave the slandering, because there is a rush in India when we do the slandering and all, or when we stay in the company where people are being slandered, when we listen to the slandering, we get a rush ਆਉਂਦਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ। संत के दुखी को सब त्यागे, संत का दुखी महा अहंकारी। The slanderers are very, very arrogant. संत का दुखी सदा बिकारी। Some people, they think, right? They say, oh, I am unable to get rid of the calm and control the sexual desire and anger and everything. Look at your lifestyle. Maybe we are doing all these things. And even if we'll try to do the Simran, the vikars will still come. It will come very heavily. So we have to live a humble life. Sant ka dukhi sada vikari. Sant ka dukhi janme mare. Meaning, they are living, but they are just like a dead person. Zombie. Person is just like a zombie. Why? Because they don't have love for Vaheguru. They don't have a love for humanity. They just want to be maybe close to the Maya, but they will still not get any sukh from the Maya also. Sant ki dukna sukh te tare. And if you want a peace, then the peace will be in the Sachi Sangat. Start coming to the Sachi Sangat. Sant ke dukhi ko nahi thao. Otherwise, you will not get a place. If you're a slanderer of Sachi Sangat, then you will not get a place in the Dargah of Vaheguru. But if you will come in Sachi Sangat, then Maharaj will do a kirpa, Maharaj will show a grace, and you can come back in from where you came. अपने घर वापस आ सकते हो। मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे आओ करे। That house which belongs to Vaheguru. नानक संत भावै तां लय मिलाए. In the kirpa of Sachi Sangat, we can meet Vaheguru. Sant ka dukhi ad beech te tute. And this is what I was talking about when we talk about the story. Sometimes we do Simran and all, coming in Sachi Sangat, we enjoy, but then we stop coming in Sachi Sangat. And we think we can do everything alone. And there is no need to go to the Sangat. Some people even think, oh, I am doing a good karams now. My mind is in peace. I don't have to do the Simran anymore. Unmano japan di load nahi. Lot of people. वो कहते वो कहारी जड़े नहीं करते सिमरन अध बीच ते टूटे. They were, it's like you are going to a destination. You are on a freeway. In the middle of your destination, you stopped. And you think that, oh, I've completed my path already. This is my final destination. But it's not. Till the last breath, we have to read the Gurbani. Till the last breath, we have to do the Simran. हाँ, Simran दा तरीका बदल जाएगा. From loud Simran to Antargat Simran. Mind is jumping all the time. You are sitting, but mind is chanting. Mind is chanting. Jibba nahi hil rahi, bol nahi hil rahe, the lips are not moving, the tongue is not moving, but your mind is moving through the surt. Your surt is connected with the shabad. Your mind is connected with the shabad. And do that always. Try more and more. I was talking with the Gurmukh Pyare earlier, and I told them also the same thing. More Antargat Simran we will do when our tongue is not moving, when our lips are not moving through the surt. More closely we will connect inside. Forget about slandering of saints. You will not slander anybody. Sant ka dukhi kite kaaj na pahunche. They will not accomplish anything. Keda kaaj hai ji? Kede kam karan vaste aaye hain? Lagga kitk fakade sab mukdi chali रहन. Prani tu aaya lahal hai. We came here. Prani as in the mind, which is taking the pran, body is taking the air, mind wants nam, that's a prani. You came here to take the laha, to take the profit of meeting Vaheguru. Prani tu aya laha len lagga kit fakde sab mukdi chali ran. We don't have to get involved in other things. We have to work. When we work, we remember Vaheguru. When we cook, we remember Vaheguru. When we with our friends and family in some function, we remember Vaheguru. That's why if you know how to do Antargat Simran, more Antargat Simran will you do, what will happen? Your Rom Simran will start. Otherwise, we will not be able to achieve the purpose of our life. We will not be able to accomplish the purpose of our life. Sant ke dokhi ko udyan farmaiye. So Guru Pyare, there's a deep meaning of this line. So when you die, when somebody dies, as in the physical death, and if somebody was a slanderer, lot of manmukhs, they goes through the places because it's a long distance between here to it's not a physical distance per se, it's the mind's distance. That distance increases. For example, I remember my brother went to Delhi once, first time in his life, and he didn't know anything about the Delhi. If you know about Delhi, there are two stations. One is a Paharganj, and then there is a Ajmeri Gate station. So he came out of the Paharganj station, and there was a three-wheeler auto person there. He asked my brother, where you need to go. My brother had to go to the Sadar Bazaar. Now, Sadar Bazaar is very close to Paharganj. But when he sat in the auto, in the three-wheeler, and he used that three-wheeler where the driver was a Gursikh. And he said, oh, I will take you there. And he kept on moving here and there, here and there, here and there. But the Sadar Bazaar was just a walking distance. He didn't tell him that you can just go there. But he kept on moving him, taking him here and there, so that the bill can be more. When he finally reached the Sadar Bazaar, the bill was whatever the bill was. I don't know that amount, but it was quite a lot. And he said, my brother told him, he said that he thought that it is very close to the Sadar Bazaar is very close to the Paharganj station. He said, no, it's far away. That's what the meter is showing. You can see it. This is what happens to Sant ke dokhi, the slanderers. When they leave their body, jums will do the same thing with them. They will keep on taking them to different places. Udyan is literally a jungle or a forest. They will keep on taking them to the wild places, dark, wild places. They will be scared like hell. Because this is what they did. This is a saja. This is the punishment. So, Guru Pyare, we have to be very, very careful. We have to use Vivek Buddh. And these gems are there in this physical world also. People who do this kind of a thing, because if we do something like this to somebody, then again, that is our account. For small amount of money, we create problems for other. We give troubles to other. Sant ke dokhi ko udhyan parmaiye, then we will also have to suffer the same thing. Because whatever seed we will sow, we will have to reap. That is the thing which we need to get. Sant ka dokhi ujad paiye. Kende ujadya hoya. They are totally misled by others. Now, a lot of people have come up, even in Sikhism, oh, there is no reason to do jap. Vaheguruji is not looking for japna and all. So many things are going on in this culture. And then they start slandering the Sachi Sangat. कहते वो तो हमें वाहेगुरु वाहेगुरु करते रहते जी. But again, we don't have to do their slandering. We have to learn from these activities. Let people do whatever they want to tell you. You follow Gurbani. Who is our Guru? Gurbani is our Guru, not a physical being. Sant ka dokhi ujad paiye. Sant ka dokhi antar te thota. They are empty. You know, that's why they say empty vessels. If you will put a stone in an empty vessel, the sound will be very high which comes out of them. If the vessel is filled, meaning if our vessel, as in our mind, is filled with pyar, with love, with the gun, with the qualities of Vaheguru, we will be humble. But if we will not have a quality of Vaheguru, we'll just have a loud voice, we'll just yell and scream, nothing else. Santika dokhi antarte thuta, empty. They are empty from inside. Jyo saas bina mirtak ki lotha. And if you see a dead body has no swas, no breath going on. They're just like that. They're just like zombie. Kuch nahi hona ko laga. They just know only and only to do the slandering of Sachi Sangat. That's it. Nothing else. Whole day they spend from morning till evening. That's the only thing goes in their mind. Sant ka ke dokhi ki jad kich nahi. There's no roots, nothing else they have. Apan bij ape hi khaye. Whatever they will sow, so shall they will reap. जो भी बीजेंगे वही खाएंगे. कर्मा दा फल मिलेगा. कर्मी अपो अपनी के नेड़े के दूर. They will be दूर. They will be away from Vaheguru. Sant के दोखी को अवर ना रखनहार. Nobody can take care of them other than Vaheguru. If they will come in the Sharan of Vaheguru, if they will come in the Sachi Sangat, then Maharaj says, Nanak Sant Pavai Kirpa. Pavai means Kirpa, Ta Lay Ubar. Then they can also cross this ocean. They can also be saved. But they have to come in Sachi Sangat. So much Kirpa of Sachi Sangat, Guru Pyareo. Maharaj is still giving us solution with every problem. Now what we have to do? We don't have to think about others. दूजे हमारे नहीं सोचना है पढ़ के समझ के. We have to think about ourselves, self-introspection. Inside we have to see, are we doing all these things? And we need to stop doing all these things so that we can also be saved. Aao ji Guru Pyaro Simran. Wah, tummy in, listen to your voice. Guru, tummy out, listen to your voice. Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru. सेवा कर लो गुरु प्यारे. Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah,
Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, var nere 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 Vahguru, 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 Vahguru। अंतर्गत सिमरन वाहिगुरु जी। मनी बोले मनी सुने। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਹਮ ਅਵਗੁਣ ਪਰੇ ਏਕ ਗੁਣ ਨਾਹੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਾੜ ਬਿਖੇ ਬਿਖ ਖਾਈ ਮਾਇਆ ਮੋਹ ਪਰਮ ਪੈ ਭੂਲੇ ਸੁਤ ਦਾਰਾ ਸਿਉ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਲਗਾਈ ਇਕ ਉੱਤਮ ਪੰਥ ਸੁਨਿਓ ਗੁਰ ਸੰਗਤ ਤੈ ਮਿਲੰਦ ਜਮ ਤਰਾਸ ਮਿਟਾਈ ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ ਗੁਰ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸ਼ਰਨਾਈ ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸ਼ਰਨਾਈ। ਬੋਲ ਚੁੱਕ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ